Hey, welcome back to Two Left Thumbs. As those of you who've been watching know, we've had two pretty unsuccessful runs, so I'm hoping we can do a bit better this time. Want to switch?
Yeah.
I'll take over Isaac this time. Okay. Oh yeah, but I was thinking when I bought that DVD, I had class like the next day or whatever, and I was telling my
I'm a mummy. I'm a zombie mummy.
No, look, there's like lines on you. You're like a glitch or whatever.
That's why it looks like a mummy.
Like you're out of the Matrix or something.
Okay, I'm okay with Matrix. I am the one.
This gives you one of those eternal hearts at that, like when you use it. So I'll save it till the end of the level to get a heart.
That's the white ones, right?
Yeah.
Right, I can't do doors.
And when I told my teacher about this, and she was like, you know what, bring the TV into class tomorrow and we'll watch Ninja Turtles. So I brought it in. We got to watch Ninja Turtles.
Which class? Was this high school or?
High school English.
That's sweet.
And it had my favorite episode on it, where, I guess you never watched it, but the gist of this thing is that they buy a pizza, like a meatball pizza, but it ends up that the meatballs are secretly alien eggs. And when they put this thing in the oven, they hatch and turn into these little critters, and it's like, cute, fun little aliens. And then they get big and like, mean. And
basically the gremlins.
Yeah, it's totally pizza gremlins. But that was my favorite Ninja Turtles episode, like, easily.
God, I'm craving pizza now.
I know. I'm a little bummed that you never watched Ninja Turtles.
Well, like, I remember watching a couple, like, Saturday mornings, like, back when you could actually watch Saturday mornings. And, but, like, Pokemon was on at 5 a.m., and I always watched that, because I was up at 5 a.m. Then...
5 a.m.? What kind of kid were you?
Well, I played hockey every weekend, so I had to get up
we already got that item.
I had to get up at 5 a.m. regardless, whether I had hockey. Like, I was so used to getting 5 because he had 5 a.m. practices and games. Top right.
How do I drop the ball?
Top left, sorry.
Top.
This one.
What? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Jeez, that was a struggle.
Like, I always had hockey practice at 6 a.m. or hockey games at 6 a.m., so I was so used to getting up that early as a kid. That just carried over. And then I learned that, well, Pokemon played at 5 a.m., and I was just so stoked on that.
Yeah, that sounds relatively worth it.
And that was, like, right when Pokemon came out. Like, I remember watching the first episode where, like, he gets attacked by Pidgeys, which is the most ridiculous thing, because Pidgeys are, like, the...
Was that, like, a flock of Pidgeys?
Yeah. And then Pikachu decides to shock them, and... Oh, no. Pikachu gets attacked by the Pidgeys, but then Ash defends Pikachu.
Ash kicks the Pidgeys.
Well, he gets his shit kicked by the Pidgeys, basically. And runs to the hospital with Pikachu. Pikachu's like, oh, you saved me, I love you.
Oh, right, because I guess they have to, like, learn to get along.
But then they're best friends forever and ever.
Oh, man, I wish they started, like, I feel like I'm the 100th person to make this joke, but that humans, like, directly intervened in Pokemon battles.
Yeah.
Like, when there's a really dumb, shitty Pokemon and the person just runs and starts punching it in the face a bunch.
Just all the OP Pokemon.
Yeah, what are some, like, really stupid Pokemon that, like, humans could beat? Because, like, you know, you put a human in...
The new one, the Klefki, or whatever it's called, it's just a key ring. And it's fairy steel type. But it's just a key ring.
I mean, from the newest game?
Yeah, from X and Y.
Oh, I never actually finished X and Y. But God, that actually does sound like...
It's like one master key has the face, then he has a key ring and has a bunch of other keys. And they're just stupid.
You know, I kind of, like... I want to shit on that a little and say how, like, what a dumb idea that is.
But X and Y was pretty good.
But it's... I feel like the generation before that had even stupider Pokemon.
Yeah, Chandelier.
Yeah, Chandelier is the go-to, and that ice cream Pokemon.
Yeah. You know, what's his name? Oh, I forget his name.
I don't know. I think this makes me find bombs more. Yeah, it was the shitty Pokemon or whatever. That keyring one, I never saw that one. That is stupid. But then, like, you know, I want to shit on that. Like, a key with a bunch of other keys and a ring together. Shit.
But then you think of the original generation, like, Execute, like, a bunch of eggs. Like, oh, that was creative.
That was the exact example I used. That, like...
But, like, how does a bunch of eggs grow to be a palm tree with coconuts? Like, that's what I really don't understand.
Aren't they eggs in a coconut tree?
Well, I always just thought it was coconuts. If it's a coconut tree, you'd think it'd be coconuts.
Yeah.
But how did they actually grow legs and walk up there? Or?
I guess. As religiously as people defend the original 150, there were a heap of eggs was the stupidest one. A sparrow carrying a leek or a stalk of celery or whatever.
Yeah, how Farfetch was he wasn't really that much different than say Firo and Spiro. Didn't deserve his own just because he carried a stupid vegetable.
Ooh, you get a little baby sister.
Best friends until the end.
I don't even need you anymore.
You always need me.
I think this is very much a Zelda thing that they're recreating here.
Whee!
Oh, there's totally I don't have any bombs.
Is there?
Right where you were.
No, there's no different colored ones there.
Yeah, there's two or one down for me and then two left.
Oh, right there, yeah.
Yeah. Can't get to it though. Wait, how can you get to it?
You can't. You have to have a hangman or something like that.
Oh, shit, I've never seen that room before. I can't remember the exact number of different rooms there are in this game, but it's just stupid. And then,
so it makes it so good, though, because it's always, you can play for the longest time. I'm sure, the really good guys, whatever, Dick Hammer and Cobalt Streak have seen every room.
Dick Hammer?
Well, his name's Richard Hammer. Allowed to say Dick Hammer.
Well, yeah. But, I hadn't even heard of him. I feel like Northern Line's the one that people talk about.
No, I've never heard of Northern Line.
What?
Cobalt Streak is, the known... one of the best.
I guess he is the big one. But
him and Richard Hammer are best friends. When the game came out, Richard Hammer went to Cobalt. No, Cobalt went to Richard Hammer's house.
Shit. I tried to use the pill and I used the card.
Oh shit. We have half a heart.
Luck up. That's bullshit. Fucking wrong. Alright, well I can't get hit then if I want that heart. But Dick Hammer and Cobalt Streak.
Yeah, they lived together for a couple weeks so they could God mode Rebirth when it came out.
Co-op, or they would just
they took turns 12-hour shifts kind of thing.
Jesus.
I remember though when it first came out because I didn't have time to play because I was studying, quote unquote. I would before I went to bed I would watch them and I'd be watching for 6 hours.
Studying, I skipped class. The day it came out, I was so pumped. I had been keeping track of that for months. I checked that subreddit every day. I was so pumped about it. And then the day it came out at 11 o'clock our time, it was supposed to be playable, and there was a couple issues that my plan was I'll get a couple runs in, and then I'll go to my class at 1. And then it wasn't working. They finally ironed out the bugs, and I was able to play it by no, my class was at 2, and I was able to play it by 1, I think. And one run in, I died after 15 minutes or something. I was all right, I can go to class now. Or I could just not go to class. And then I played it for 9 hours or something. I thought that was impressive.
I remember when I got the closed invite to Hearthstone. I played for so long that day.
I've seen you play it, and that one time I did see you play it was really cool, and I liked how you knew enough about it that you could predict what other players were gonna play. There was the one time where you had the guy cornered, and you were he's about to play the Firestorm card or whatever, and I don't remember what it was, and I was how can you possibly know that? And then he played it, and I was how can you know that? And you were well, that's just what I would do. Yeah. And I thought that was pretty sweet that you knew that game well enough that you could do that.
You just think of the optimum
health up.
You actually kept your heart. Good job.
I don't even know how.
Do you want to get another heart? Take it?
Yeah. Jump out for a second.
How do I do that?
Start. Yeah. And then Devil Room.
No, neither.
I don't remember what the Dead Baby does, and
Dead Baby's just like our Maggie. Pretty similar, at least. I think it's poison as well.
Yeah, you're right. And then the other one is...
The Pact is damage, I think.
Is it? I think the Pact is bloody.
Oh, yeah.
I
don't trust it, though.
I can't remember what it is. I'm not going to go for it. That seems like a good enough place to stop. I'm just gonna hop down level. And thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.